this is Norma and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making Liberian coconut candy, but I'm going to be showing you 3 ways that I make the candy. One of my subscribers asked me to make it. What you're going to need is some coconut flakes. You can use the fresh one, but I'm using the one that's already grated, that's in the grocery store. I have some sugar, some granulated sugar. I have some coloring. You can use this for eggs, you can use this for food, for cakes. And also, in one of them I'm going to be using nutmeg. I'm going to be using lime. I have water, the coconut flakes, and sugar. So the first one I'm going to do, I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of lime, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar, and 2 cups of coconut flakes. So follow me to my stove and we're going to start making this candy. We're also going to use coloring in that one. So I have my pot. I'm going to put some water. We make it on medium, but I'm waiting for the stove to get hot. So I put it on high just so it can get hot. And I'm going to put the sugar in there. I'm going to put the lime and the nutmeg. And we're going to just stir that up and make sure it starts to melt together. So the first one I'm making, I said it's 1 cup of sugar, granulated sugar, 1 cup of water, and we're going to use 1 teaspoon of nutmeg and 1 teaspoon of lime and 2 cups of grated coconut, and I'm going to put some coloring in there. So once the sugar melts, I'm going to add the coloring before I put the flakes. Now that it's melted, we have 4 colors in this one. We have yellow, we have red, green, and blue. So I'm going to start. The first one I'm going to do the red. I'm not going to do all the colors, but I'm going to do red. And just drop it in. And you can buy this at any grocery store in the bakery section. I'm going to stir that, and now we're going to add our coconut flakes. And I'm going to add some more coloring. And this is a treat we make in Liberia. I don't know if any other country makes it. But if you do make it in your country, just drop me a line and tell me if you make it exactly the same or you make it a different way. And we're just going to cook it. And now I'm going to turn my stove to medium and just keep cooking it. So this is how you want it. And we're going to go and transfer it over to the plate. So this is the first way, and I'm going to show you the second way. Put it on your plate, let it cool down and roll it. But I'm just going to take my ice cream scooper. I have a plate that's sitting right here, and I'm just going to take my ice cream scooper and just drop it. And as it cools, it's gonna get hard because of the sugar that's in there. We're just going to sit this right here to get hard, and we're going to move on to making the second way. So the next way we're going to do it, we're going to take a cup of water and pour it in here, and we're going to take a cup of sugar, that's granulated sugar, and stir it up. So this one we're not adding nutmeg and we're not adding lime. So I'm going to let this dissolve on medium heat and we'll be right back. So this has dissolved and I'm going to add blue coloring to this. If you don't like color, don't put any color. But when we were kids, that's how they made it, and so it makes me think of my childhood. So now that it's all mixed up, I'm going to put the 2 cups of coconut flakes in there. Add a little bit more color. So it's on medium heat and I'm going to cook it down and we'll be right back. So it has cooked down and we're going to transfer this one also to a plate. You want to make sure that it's not too wet when you take it off of your stove. So let's transfer this. So make sure you put a little bit of oil on your plate before you put it on there so it don't stick when you take it out. So this is it. Now we're going to move on to the blue one. I put some oil and I'm also using my ice cream scooper that I put a little bit of oil in it also so the candy can come out freely. And like I say, as it starts to cool, it starts to get harder. So now we're going to go on to the last one. So follow me to the stove and we're going to do the last one. The last one, I have my pot going and I'm just going to put a cup of sugar in there. And we're going to let it sit for a while. This one, no water, just sugar. And we're going to let this sit and start melting. I have it on high. As soon as it starts to melt, I'll put it on medium. So we'll be right back. The sugar has started to melt. And I'm going to turn it down to medium. We'll be back when it's all melted. It's all melted, and I'm going to start pouring the coconut in there. So that was 1 cup sugar and 2 cups coconut. And this is the sweetened one. And I'm going to keep stirring it as it cooks. We'll be back when it's ready. So it's been cooking about 7 minutes. And we're going to take it and transfer it over to our plate. If you want to mold it yourself, then you have to put it in your plate and let it get almost cool, and then you mold it. But I find this is easier to do because it can just sit and cool by itself and get hard. And these are the 3 ways I make my coconut candies. So you have the brown one, you have the blue, you have the red. In the box also it has the yellow and the green. Or like I said, if you just prefer it plain, you can just make it and don't put any coloring. Nutmeg and the lime, or the plain one, or this one. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button. And I'll see you the next time I upload. Bye-bye.